What's good, YouTube? What's good? Mob back again with another reaction, and in this video, this crazy one. At least 50 children found cleaning Midwest slaughterhouses. That's crazy. Children? Sweatshop? What? Anyways, let's get into this video. See what's cracking. Leave the kids alone. That's all I gotta say.
A little before midnight in Grand Island, Nebraska, dozens of workers file into one of several slaughterhouses across the Midwest. And tonight, officials from the Department of Homeland Security tell NBC News federal investigators are looking into whether 50 children who were illegally employed by Packers Sanitation Services, or PSSI, some as young as 13, were victims of human trafficking. In August, the Department of Labor...
Okay. If they're getting paid, and this is like, a young one, if you need money, we could get you a job under the table, hush hush, whatever. That's cool. Because I've worked summer youth programs, you know what I mean? It is a program, but hey, I tried to get money when I was that age too. What the? But if these guys are like really trafficked, you know what I mean? Like human trafficking situation. If this is a human trafficking situation, I cannot speak. I'm sorry. That's wrong, 100%. Throw the book at this company, bros.
Labor opened an investigation into PSSI, scouring company records from 50 locations. So far, they say, at least 50 children were found to be working.
Whoa. 50 locations and 50. That's at least one underage child per thing. That doesn't really make it that bad because, like I said, what if they're just, you know what I mean, working for money and then right here we're saying graveyard shift. Maybe they get paid more at night. Who knows? We don't know the situation. We just know what the news is telling us. You got to view this from the outs. You got to view this from a third person perspective with no emotion. We don't know the situation. We just know what they're telling us. So, but anyways, it's still crazy though.
Working graveyard shifts for PSSI and at least 5 locations, including the Grand Island plant and a second JBS Foods plant in Worthington, Minnesota. Audrey Lutz has been helping migrant children who say they worked at the Grand Island plant.
It was the hardest phone call of my career to receive, that there were children and young children, 13 and 14, working out at the meatpacking plant and on the cleaning.
You know she was in on it. You know she's just trying to save grace, and she's just trying to, oh, I'm a saint. I didn't know there was kids. She's probably the one that hired him. She's probably the one that hired him. She's probably the one that told him, like, hey, we got jobs. Probably one of her cousins were in there. Never know, dude. Be the upper management who's the shystiest in every single company. Upper management is always like a cult. 100%. Almost all companies I've been with, upper management, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say too much, but you know what I'm saying? Upper management is like
crew.
In court filings, the company did not deny hiring children, but attributed it to rogue individuals who presented fake identification. You met them.
See? They needed money. They're just trying to work. Never know. Especially if it's like immigrant people, not just Mexicans like my people, but like immigrants in general. We're talking about people from Europe, immigrants in general. They will work harder than people who were born here in the United States because they see the opportunity that they want and don't have. You know what I'm saying? But hey.
Do they look like adults to you?
I would have a hard time ever calling the people I've met with adults. They certainly look, especially the youngest middle schoolers, no way to pass as an adult.
PSSI's 17,000 employees clean the largest meat processing plants in America for household brands at 700 sites across the country. Former employees we spoke to said it's a dangerous working environment.
But be prepared to undergo extreme temperature changes from hot to cold, withstand wetness and humidity, and work around chemicals.
Lutz says she thinks the children may have been part of a trafficking scheme that led them to work at a slaughterhouse in her town of just over 50,000 people.
There's too many coincidences with these children to think that this wasn't some kind of plot. Entertained by a trafficker, a coyote, a smuggler.
A coyote? A coyote? A coyote?
or potentially even somebody who worked for PSSI.
A spokeswoman for PSSI says investigators from Homeland Security Investigations have not contacted the company and said in a statement, "We have always taken rigorous steps to comply with the law, including use of the government's E-Verify system for new hires, extensive training for all hiring managers, multiple audits, and use of biometrics." So far, no.
Yeah, they say that, but people are cool with people. They turn a blind eye. The real rules are meant to be broken because us as human beings are not programmed to follow the rules. Like I said, that lady who's speaking was probably even in on it. You know what I mean? They just happen to get caught, and then she wants to like cover her own behind. You know what I'm saying?
No penalties or fines have been imposed, but Lutz is calling for accountability.
They are responsible for hiring minors and noticeable minors in facilities across the country, and they need to pay that price, either financially or criminally.
All right, Julia Ainsley joins us now from our Washington, D.C. bureau. Julia, you have reporting, I know, that DHS is also looking into whether the children were possibly victims of human trafficking.
That's right.
So if they were actual victims of human trafficking, everything I just said, I take it back. You know what I'm saying? But if 9 times out of 10, they were probably all in on it. And hopefully those children that were found working are now sent back to their country. You know what I mean? Because that's usually what happens, and they don't know what's going on over there. But if they are part of a human trafficking scheme, hey, hopefully they come out all right. You know what I'm saying?
And DHS investigators have said that they've so far found no indications that the company, PSSI, actually would have been part of a trafficking scheme so far. But they are looking at who may have profited off of this, who might have supplied them with fraudulent documents, or have given them housing as part of what could be a human trafficking scheme.
So some of the kids you mentioned were as young as 13. How did authorities figure out that there were children possibly working at these plants?
Well, it actually goes back to 2016. There was a police report from that time where teachers were reporting a young girl who was in class with burns, and they're also because of the chemicals that they were using to clean. And it was found to be overnight from her PSSI job. This is back in 2016. At the time, local police investigated her parents, but PSSI was never a defendant in that case.
Anyways, y'all let me know what you think. Well, y'all let me know what you think about this video, what you think about the situation. I personally think maybe a lot of them were trying to get money. They're young. That was the only company willing to turn a blind eye and say, hey, we get you some money, but this is the conditions. Whoop-de-woo-woo. Whatever. If I was that age, I probably would have worked there too. And I'm just being 100 with it. I need money. I'm 14, 15 years old. $500 a week looks pretty good to me. Or whatever. Whatever they're getting, hopefully they're getting like adequate. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they're getting paid right. But if not, if they're really being human trafficked, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Anyways, let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Social media links in the description below. Follow me on Instagram. And yeah, we out.